Hey, how's it going, guys? In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a Python program to script a company's financial profile for stock analysis. So here I'm on the company's profile page on MarketWatch.com. If you go to MarketWatch.com, and if you go to the investing page, you should be able to locate the company's profile page. And I'll post the link in the description below. So here I'm using Facebook as example. Now if I scroll down towards the middle, we have these financial information such as valuation, profitability, efficiency, capitalization, liquidity. So let's see, just these 5 sections. And I want to create a Python program to automatically script this information. Right, so here let's go into our Python script. I'm going to activate my environment. For this program, I'm going to import the requested library. And to script the information, I'm going to use the beautiful soup library. And if you don't have the library installed, you can use the command pip install beautiful soup 4 to install the library. And to read the HTML markup as a table, I'm going to use the pandas library. And you can install the library using the command pip install pandas. And this one's optional in case if you want to export the information to an Excel spreadsheet. So here I'm going to use the win32com library to reference to my Excel application. So let's do this. I'm going to create a list. I'm going to name this list tickers. I want to be able to insert a list of tickers, and based on the tickers that I provide, I want to insert the information to each individual worksheet on my Excel spreadsheet. So here let me insert a couple tickers. Let's do Tesla, Facebook, Google, and let's do one more. Let's do Salesforce. So just these 4 companies. And let me insert my code snippet. Right, so I'll go ahead and grab the URL first, and I'll pass the URL to the URL variable. And once we export the financial information to Excel spreadsheet, the spreadsheet is going to look like this. So on this spreadsheet, I have 5 different tickers, and each worksheet is going to contain this information. So let me run this code block first. And we're going to examine the markup first. Oh, let me run again. Now if I go back to the web page, I'm going to select one of the elements that I want to extract. And right click, inspect element. And here we have this table element. Fell under this element, table, element. And by looking at the HTML markup, I can iterate every single element, table, element. So let's do that. So I'm going to copy the class value. Let's go back to the script. I'm going to insert the soup object .select. And because my class value has a space in between these 2 words, if I attempt to use the find method, it's only going to use the first word as the key. And by using the select method, we'll be able to find the exact match, given the class value. Right, so here I'm going to insert the element tag, open bracket, class, equal sign. And I'm going to change the single quotations to double quotations. Right, so here I'm going to insert the closing bracket. Then I'm going to insert 2 single quotations. Inside the single quotations, I'm going to insert the class value. I'll name the output as element tables. Now if I run this line, and if I print element tables, and it's going to return a list. In this list, I should expect 5 items. Now what I can do is, here, I'm going to create a dictionary. I'll name this dictionary profile info. And because we have 3 sets of tables, So I'm going to do here is I'm going to iterate each element inside the element tables object. So I'm going to say that for element table in element tables. I want to grab the section headers first. So if I select this text, right click, inspect element, the section title is under this H2 tag. So here I'm going to reference the H2 tag dot text, and I want to remove the extra spaces. I'll name the output as variation underscore type. Then I want to insert the table itself. So from pandas library dot read HTML, I want to read the element object, but first I need to convert the element to a string, and this will be element table. And I want to read the first item. Once we have the header title and the table itself, I'm going to pass the information to my profile info dictionary. The key is going to be the header title. In this case, will be variation type is equals to df. Alright, so if I run this loop, oops, PD is not defined. Let me create the pandas library again. Now if I run this loop, and profile info is not, oh, here. Let me try again. Now if I print profile info dictionary, inside the dictionary, we should have 5 sets of data. Alright, now let's go back to the top. So here I'm going to insert another loop. I'm going to iterate each ticker in the tickers object. So I'm going to say that for ticker in tickers. Now I'm going to move the URL variable inside the loop. And here I'm going to change the company ticker to a placeholder. So this will be that format. And I'm going to insert the ticker value. So this is basically the code to extract the information. Now we need to pass the information to Excel spreadsheet. And to do that, so I'm going to use Win32count to connect to my Excel application. So first I'm going to create my Excel application. So type Win32.dispatch followed by the application's name. And it's going to be Excel.application. Once I created my Excel application object, I can set the visibility to true. In case if you want to create the Excel application in the background, you can set the value to false. Right, so here this is going to be Excel workbook object. So from Excel app, workbooks, I want to create a new Excel workbook. Right, so here let me run these 3 lines. And I'll create this Excel workbook. Here I'll put this on the bottom. Now let's go back to the loop. This will be export data to Excel spreadsheet. Alright, so here let's create a new Excel worksheet. So from workbook object dot worksheets dot add, I want to change the worksheet name using the ticker's name. And for the row spacing, I'm going to set this to 2. I'll show you why in a second. Now I want to iterate each item inside the profile info dictionary. .items. Since I have 5 different sets of tables that I need to insert to my worksheet, I want to grab the last row number first. So from worksheet.cells, I want to grab the rows count first, based on column A. n. In Excel VBA, we can use the constant value minus 4162 row to determine the last row number based on the column index that we provide. Then I can insert the table content. So ws.cells. I want to insert the last row number plus row spacing. And it's going to be in column A, .value. And this will be the session title. And the session title is basically just a header. So here I want to do some formatting. I want to set the font to bold. So I'll grab this statement. I'll just make a copy. Font bold. I'll set the value to true. And to insert the table content cell, so here I'm going to reference the worksheet object .range .value. And to insert the table content, so here we can reference the table object, and it's going to be the second item .values. In this case, the table object is actually a pandas data frame object. Now going back inside the range method. Here we need to specify the cell range. So it's going to be ws.cells last row plus row spacing plus 1. I want to insert the data in column A. So this is the beginning cell range, and this is going to be the ending cell range of the destination. I want to determine the destination by referencing the data frame object .shape, and shape is going to give us the table dimension. I want to grab the row dimension plus row spacing. And for the column destination, we'll grab the column dimension. Now let's try it. I'm going to insert a break right here. I'll run this loop. Here we have Tesla's financial profile information on the Tesla worksheet. And on the top, we have 2 extra empty rows. So let's go back to the loop. So what I can do here is, once I insert all the contents, I can delete the first 2 rows. And it's going to be row spacing .delete. I also want to adjust the column width. So if I want to adjust the column width, I can use the columns method, giving the column index column width. I want to set first column to 30 and second column width to 15. And that's it. I'm going to close all my Excel spreadsheet first. Alright, so if I terminate this session, I'll pause F5 to run script. And here's the Excel spreadsheet that contains the company's profile financial information for Salesforce, Google, Facebook, and Tesla. Let's take a look. If we look at the efficiency section, so here you can see that Salesforce generates 375 sales and revenue per employee. It also generates 53% profit earning current ratio. And a couple other things. Alright, so this is everything to share in this video, and hopefully you guys found this video useful. And as always, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video.